You're listening to the Mompreneur Network podcast, and I am your host, Trisha Sandalo, banker turned stay at home mom of three, and now a seven-figure global business leader to over 10,000 people that I built from home through social media. Here we talk about the journey of balancing motherhood and entrepreneurship, sharing tips and stories and advice to help you thrive both at home and in your business. Join us as we explore how to build a brand online and offline that allows you to get paid by being who you are and sharing your unique talents and skills, business growth, work-life balance, and living with purpose. Let's dive in.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Mompreneur Network podcast. It's Trisha here, and today we're going to talk about something that has been heavy on my heart lately, since this is something that I'm also very passionate about, and it's social media responsibility. Heavy word, no? Responsibility. And before you tune out thinking this is only for influencers or celebrities or politicians, wait lang, please wait. I promise this is for all of us, especially if we are using social media platforms. If you've ever shared a post, reacted to a reel, reposted something on your stories, this episode is for you. Few weeks, I've seen so many people unintentionally cause harm just by hitting share. Especially now, during election season when emotions are high and timelines are full of opinions, accusations, viral videos, it's easy to forget that social media is not just a tool. It's power. And power, if not used carefully, can hurt people. So let's start here. Your post matters. Even if you only have 300 followers, even if you say, I'm not famous, that doesn't change. The fact that someone somewhere looks to your page as a source of truth, that is already something. Now let's change your perspective. You would tell me, oh Trisha, I only have 25 likes or even 15 likes. Now you invite those 15 people in your house. I'm sure that's already a lot. So don't tell me just because you have few followers, you're not an influencer. Even if you influence just one person, that's already your power. That's the weight of social media. You don't have to be a celebrity or politician. You just have to be visible. And right now, especially here in the Philippines, we're seeing how dangerous it is when people share without thinking. Fake news is spreading like wildfire. A video taken out of context can destroy someone's life, even if it's just 20 seconds. Or a post gets shared, even if it's a lie, they can make it appear like it's true. Screenshots are weaponized, and in seconds, people are judged based on one clip without the full story. And it's actually scary, but also, it's a wake-up call. Now, maybe you're saying, but I'm not building a brand. I'm just a mom sharing stuff. Let me tell you something, my fellow mama. You have more influence than you think. When you post about products you love, people check them out. When you share your thoughts on current issues, people listen. When you repost an article, people assume it's real because they trust you. And that's the key word here, trust. Big word, huh? People don't just follow you for your People don't just follow you for aesthetics. They follow because they relate to you. And that means you have a responsibility to lead them well. Now, I'm gonna break it down. Because it's easy to say, be responsible online. Pero paano ba talaga? How do we do that? So here are a few things I tried to practice, and girl, I'm not perfect, but this helps. First, pause before you post. Oh, I forgot to ask you. Maybe you can get a pen or a note. But if you're driving, just replay this or just understand it by heart. It's not actually even difficult to remember. So, number one, pause before you post. I know the urge, this is so strong. I need to say something. But I've learned that not everything that needs to be said now. Ask yourself, am I posting to help or am I just reacting? It's different, right? So pause before you post. Next or second is read beyond the headline. Please, please, please don't share an article you didn't even open. I've made this mistake before. I thought there was injustice. Yun pala, satire. It was so embarrassing and sometimes harmful. So read, verify, then decide. Third, very important, check your bias. Let's be honest. Sometimes we repost stuff not because it's true, but because it aligns with what we already believe. But truth isn't always what feels good. Ask yourself, am I sharing this because it's factual or just because it fits my narrative? Or just because you love this person so much? Fourth, don't post when you're upset. Girl, the notes app is my diary. When I'm hurt or angry, I type it all there first, then I wait. Sometimes I post it on my Facebook and made sure the private settings is only me. If it still matters the next day, maybe, just maybe, I'll post. But usually, I'm glad I didn't. Fifth is respect people's privacy. Just because something is viral doesn't mean we should repost it. Blur faces, think twice. Would you want someone posting your child, your breakdown, or your worst day? Right? Or what if you had an accident? Would you want yourself to be viral while you were there lying on the street with so much blood? I'm sure not. So be very careful about sharing posts that has faces or people or kids, especially kids who are crying or having emotional breakdown. We have to respect people's privacy. Doesn't matter if they're just a kid though, okay? Sixth is you don't have to say something every time. I'm gonna be honest with you. This one took me years to learn. You can care deeply and stay quiet. Silence isn't weakness. Sometimes it's wisdom, especially for us Christians. We often feel like we need to speak up to different truth all the time. But not every battle is ours to fight publicly, and you know that. Sometimes the most powerful thing we can do is pray, reflect, and let God do the correcting. We have our own convictions. Our voice matters, yes, but so does our posture. If we speak out of pride or self righteousness, even if we are right, we can still hurt others. There's a difference between being a voice of truth and becoming noise in the chaos. Remember, even Jesus knew when to speak and when to stay silent. Now, here's what I also want you to say. If you're building a brand, selling something, or you're a public figure in your community, you can't afford to be careless online. People don't just follow you for your posts. They watch how you respond. They remember what you don't address. They take screenshots. They notice your silence and your noise. That's why I always tell my clients managing social media is no longer just about creating content, making your graphics, posting your updates. It's about protecting your message, standing for something. It's about being a voice of clarity in a noisy world. And if you're feeling overwhelmed, I get it. That's exactly why I do what I do. So, if you need someone to help you manage your digital presence with heart and strategy, I'd be honored to walk with you. So, I have links below in my podcast. Just book a call with me or reach me in my email. Then we can work things out. But before we wrap up, I want to leave you with this. Social media is a mirror. It reflects who you are, what you value, and how you show up. Even if you're just a mom with a private account, you're shaping culture. You're shaping values in your home, in your circle, and in your feed. So let's be women who pause, women who verify, women who choose grace over hype, truth over trends, clarity over chaos. Thanks for hanging out with me today. If this spoke to you, send it to a friend with love, not shade. And remember, your words have weight. Use them wisely. Till next time, this is Trisha Sandalo reminding you to lead with purpose, post with heart, and keep showing up with less hassle and more grace. See you on our next episode.